legendary WWE referee and Mr. Refin Rant himself, Jimmy Corderas, and OVW and TNA senior official Daniel Spencer. It's time for Refin' It Up.
Welcome back to Refin' It Up. I am RJ, Jimmy, Daniel, Brian. How are we doing, guys?
Let's go Blue Jays. What can I tell you?
Yes, let's go Blue Jays. Let's put
Even
the
as
New
a
Yorkie.
even as a Yankee fan, I'm pretty confident they're losing.
Hey, do you hear that? Do you hear that sound?
Oh, it sounds like a broom.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I put those rat traps down. I don't know why I'm here scratching.
But you know what the Yankees will do, though? They'll win, drag it out.
Well, they gotta stay with the script.
Exactly. And something's weird here, guys. Where's Mr. Daniel?
He got some business to take care of. Some business.
Business. Okay. Well,
I think somebody was jingling his phone.
No, that's at Christmas time.
Oh, that's right. Jingle. Oh, ring a ding ding. Okay, that makes sense.
There you go.
But enough with getting into the weeds too much. But why don't we send it up to our first count right here on Reffing It Up?
here we go.
This is your one count.
Gentlemen, as we're recording tonight on Tuesday, this evening is the NXT showdown between NXT and TNA down there in Orlando at the Performance Center. Brian, man, this is something that we talked about last week. It's initially was named Invasion, but they kind of rebranded it, if you will. But what are you expecting to see tonight?
I'm expecting to see the girls' TNA team go over, the men's to not go over. NXT will win that, and I believe there'll be a healthy hand given to the NXT side by the special referee, which is Joe Hendry. Really looking forward. Oh, go ahead.
No, you said his name. I thought he was going to appear.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Really looking forward to the Dark State and Hardy's match as well. Really looking forward to that. That's going to be very interesting. And I also think that the Dudley Boys will be ringside for that as well. So yes, a lot. Ethan Page. What's the other kid's name? Sorry.
Mustafa Ali.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
That's going to steal the show, kid.
It is. I think so. I think so. So
Would you kick off with that?
I would.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Either that or the Hardys. I would.
I would put the Hardys.
That's tough.
But you're fighting competition, guys. A lot of it.
But you would have to would you stagger the two Survivor Series matches? Do
Yes.
like a match in So what if you do the
women's first,
North American?
You could start the night with the women's. If you wanted
and
to
bookend with them, because I would assume the main event would be the men.
But I'm just thinking, Jimmy, tell me if I'm making any sense to you, RJ, you as well.
Yeah.
You're competing against AEW, but you also have Major League Baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You also have the start of hockey.
Yeah.
I think if you put someone that everyone knows, like the Hardys, I think that helps. Now, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that's why I'm just thinking it makes a little bit of sense to come out the gate right with the Hardys.
If you're going to come out the gate strong, yeah, the Hardys and the Dudleys, those are the biggest names. With all due respect to everybody else there, those are the biggest names. So you do have a good case there. But then, see, it's hard because where do you space out everything? There's so much good stuff on.
I know.
It's hard to figure.
It really is.
Placement is going to be interesting tonight for that show.
Now, something else I want you guys to think about. Mm-hmm. So you have 8 men and women in both those matches, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think for time, they only have 2 hours. They're on CW, so there's a hard cutoff. Boom. All right, you don't get the extra money, extra time like on Netflix.
Run over, yeah.
Yeah, so it's 2 hours on the dot. I think that entrance wise, it's interesting what they're going to do. Are they going to be in ring? Are they going to announce them as a team, TNA team, the NXT team with one music and all of them come out? Because you figure, what, a minute for each entrance? That's 16 minutes of a match right there.
Yeah. I would think they would have to come out as a team. If you're going for time wise, I would think.
Because they have four advertised matches, right?
I'll tell you in a second, because
two Survivor Series style matches, tag title match, and the North American title match.
Right.
So 4.
Okay.
And I would assume you'd sprinkle in a couple promos here and there too.
Yeah.
There's got to be something there. Yeah. From what I see on here, there's 4 matches. Wait a minute. World Tag Team title. Yeah, Dark State Hardys.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, thank you to our good friend Rafael Esparza, who gave us the odds for this.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. I love when he does that, sends it to us. It's going to be interesting, though. Time will be of the essence for this show. It really will.
Oh, no doubt. So we'll I'm sure we'll talk about it next week, but I hope everybody sits back and enjoys it for what it is. I'm sure everybody will poo-poo over it online, but just take it for what it's worth. But with that being said, before we get to a Refin review, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. The opponent for John Cena's final professional wrestling match has reportedly been chosen and is none other than the Ring General himself, Gunther. And this is according to a new report from Mr. Uncle Dave Meltzer. So that's going to happen at Saturday night's main event, December 13th in Washington, D.C. Allegedly, multiple sources said over the last 2 days confirmed the name. But they also mentioned it could possibly happen as far as a tournament, Jimmy, to potentially announce that name. Whether that still happens or not, or they call an audible, I don't know. I
won't believe it until I hear it or see it from credible sources, from the people that it comes from. He's confirmed it with 2 sources from what I understand. What are these 2 sources? Who knows? It's not like he hasn't been wrong in the past. At first, before this announcement came out and before Brock came back, I thought that Gunther was a logical choice.
Right.
But now I'm not so sure.
I'm not either.
I don't think it helped. Gunther's a made man already. I don't think who benefits. Does Gunther get a real big rub off of defeating John Cena in his last match?
I don't understand it at all, Jimmy. Like, what would be the reason for it? Seriously, would it be a good match? Sure.
Well, ideally, Cena would go out looking at their lights. I would assume. That's the old adage. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
Yeah, it's a traditional way of doing it. I mean, do you do Cena a solid and let him get his win back over Brock? Because Brock is bulletproof. There's nothing, you can't hurt him anyway, regardless. See that I don't understand where it leads to here, especially considering what's he got, like four dates left,
something like that. Yeah,
I think
4 or 5
dates, and he's got Survivor Series is in there,
San Diego.
Yeah, and I think there's another one in between, and then he's got the final one in DC.
Well, he's got this weekend. He's got this weekend in Australia against AJ.
Oh, that's right. So
and
he's got AJ, Survivor, Saturday night's main event in DC, and there's one other one lingering in there.
Yeah, I think they're saying I think it was maybe Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Or was it Boston?
Maybe it was Boston.
Either way, how do you build a match with him and Gunther? You can't say, "Oh, this is a dream match." The people wanted it, kind of like with AJ, because AJ now has. Do you remember that promo he cut during the commercial break?
Yes,
AJ.
Where he thought that the office was trying to screw him.
Yes, we didn't see it. You did, because you're in Canada.
Oh, you guys got the commercial during that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but he went off on it sounded like a AJ Styles version of a pipe bomb
Hmm.
where, he was thinking, he wasn't catching a fair break from the office. The company was out to screw him. Yada. I'm paraphrasing now. I'm not, these weren't exact words,
Sure.
Right.
but all of a sudden that got swept under the rug because we're having this match with John Cena now.
Yeah, I'm
What
with
happened to
you.
that? So how many matches can you make via social media, which is what they're claiming here? That's the outcry on social media. They wanted this match. If they did, I didn't see a lot of it. I don't know. Maybe I just
Well, they
looking
were
at the
talking
wrong
about the
places.
rematch and all that stuff, but it's just like, how many can you actually do? Because you got to figure, there's that other one. I'm assuming they'd have to, would they have to do something with Brock and Cena?
It,
Or
it
do you
doesn't
think
look like they
that's,
are.
no? Well, before, I mean, you know what I mean? But obviously, I think that's pretty much, that door's shut and locked pretty much. But I don't know. It's just one of those things that, do you even think that there's a possibility of Cena going over Gunther? Or do you think Cena would do the job?
I mean,
See,
I just the whole match itself doesn't attract me at all. And if, like Jimmy said, what does this do for Gunther?
Right.
Is it? I just don't know. And I think that John would lay down if he has to, if that's what they want. I mean, I don't know.
and
Just a,
John Bryan, he probably would ask to do that.
he would
But
absolutely.
but if him defeating Gunther again, what does that do for Gunther? That does more damage to him than it could possibly do for someone like a Brock.
No
Mhm.
doubt.
That's why I would have liked seeing somebody else. But well, I'm sure we'll talk about it between now and December, anyways. I'm sure. But
Oh,
guys, why don't we
I'm
do this?
sure.
Why don't we take? I'm sorry, Jimmy. Go ahead.
No, no, I said I'm Jim. I'm sure we will.
Oh yeah. So why don't we send it up to our Refin review real quick before we bring in our very special guest, Ms. Velvet Sky, in just a moment. But until then, let's send it up to our Refin review.
This is Refin Review.
Guys, here in our Refin review, we kind of like to tighten those screws, as Jimmy would likes to say many times. But we also like to give props where props are due. And Jimmy, this past Raw, Jessica Carr, who we've talked about a few times on the show, had some great falsies.
Absolutely fantastic.
Now, Jimmy,
I
before
mean,
you get into this,
yeah.
I want the fans to understand and the listeners to understand. Unfortunately, I did not see this.
Okay.
I'm not going to react on something I didn't see. So I'm now depending on you to convince me that she did a nice job.
Okay. Here's how it went. Maxine Dupree had a title match against Becky Lynch. And going into the match, I'm pretty sure a lot of people figured we're not going to see a title change here. Everybody thought this is too predictable. This is too predictable. During the course of the match, I will give Maxine a lot of props too. Because she has come a long way, man. She was able to hang with Becky, and I'm sure Becky had a lot to do with it, being the general in the ring and leading her through a great match. But there was a point in the match where they convinced the audience that a title change was possible. And they had at least two, but one in particular false finish, where the crowd bit so hard they all stood up because they thought it was it. They thought that was the finish. And Jessica counted 1, 2, and that hand came this close to the mat from striking 3. And guess what she didn't do?
Swipe.
She did not. She did not swipe. And that's why the audience, because now I'm thinking this is, again, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I'm thinking the audience is programmed now to notice that swipe. When they notice it, they may bite at times, but not as hard. Last night they thought, they were convinced that that was the finish.
Mhm.
And that is on her. Yes, the kick out helped too. Becky's kick out and at 2 9/10 really helped. But her positioning was perfect. She was right in the right place where everybody could see her, and Becky can react accordingly, watching her count. And she was loud, and she counted out loud. It was just, it was just brilliantly done. It was perfect
Wow. Because she has had habits of doing the swipe.
at times. Yep.
So maybe this is her improvement. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Maybe she listens to Ref and Review.
Maybe. Good job,
Maybe.
Jessica. Good job.
Yes.
But is with the swipe, is it that like I said, I can notice it because obviously being on TV and I know what I'm looking for too. But Jimmy, you said live. Is it that noticeable? Because live, because I don't see it when I'm at a show live.
Um, I mean, being there live, you don't get that close up view because every time there's a pinfall attempt, the camera does tend to zoom in on the shoulders, usually.
Mm-hmm.
So when it does happen, it is a little more glaring. When you're sitting a little further back, you may not notice it as much. But there are times where there are times where you see it, where you're sitting up in the 300 level and you can see it.
Mm.
And those are the times that look close, where people go, I don't know, and you don't notice it as much, like you said when you're there live, RJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. But when you notice it when you're up in the upper deck, that needs to be worked on.
Right,
So I'm
and that's
assuming, Jimmy.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, RJ. So I'm
Go
assuming,
ahead.
Jimmy, her cadence was solid throughout the match too, because that's how you get people to bite and not
Yes,
swiping. Yeah,
yes,
good deal. I
yes.
need to go back and watch it. I would like to give
Mhm.
her flowers.
Well,
Yeah.
like you got, like I know you guys said it, and I know Mike Kyoto has also said it too. Not so much on the swipe, but on the count.
Yes.
You want the upper deck to see that big count. I know both you guys and Daniel as well do that as well, and have done that. So, um, but anyways, rambling at this point. But guys, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a brief break, and then we will welcome in our very special guest, Ms. Velvet Sky, right here on Roughing It Up.
Drinking water this week, boys.
This is your 2 count.
Welcome back to our second count right here on Roughing It Up. Before we bring in Velvet Sky, we can welcome in officially now Mr. Daniel Spencer.
Well, there he is, Daniel himself.
Man, that's a lot of chaotic stuff going on. This showdown and invasion. I had to disappear for a minute. Listen, I sorry guys. I appreciate you giving me a minute. I had some business to take care of, but I'm back. Let's go. RJ, what your question was?
Yeah, what did you think? We talked about previous with Jimmy and Brian about Jessica Carr's her great falsies there in the in her
Yeah.
match last night on Raw.
Yeah, last night as we're recording this last night on Raw, she did amazing in both of her matches, but definitely in the Becky Lynch Maxine Dupree match. Man, she was killing it. Like she had that one falsie, the one that even the crowd bid on. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And I was blown away. But here's the other thing, though, I think was interesting. I love the way that Becky was getting on her, getting on her, getting on her, and she was basically like, "Stop, leave me. Hey, you come on, you do your. I'm doing my job. You stay away from me." And then when it finally when there was a chance for her to get her little revenge on Becky, she sped up that count at the end, and I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it's like, hey, she's a human. She's like, that's it brings human nature. Now, could it turn into a match between the two? Who knows? But I'm just saying, like, I love the way they did that, where she sped up her last 3 seconds of the count. Like, you know what? Screw this. She's in. You're out. I'm on 8, 9, 10. Match is over. And I thought that was brilliant too. The way that was booked, the way she handled it. Yeah, good stuff. Jessica Carr.
On the money.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, good. Well, now y'all maybe actually have to listen to the not listen, but watch the match now. So,
Yeah, there you go.
There
You
you
got to
go.
watch it.
RJ, why don't we do this? Let's take a quick break one more time. We can put in our sponsor here, and we will find out what's in the green room for Velvel when we come back right here on Refin It Up.
Hey, make sure you get the good stuff.
Yeah, the real good stuff.
Refin It Up is extremely happy to announce our new partnership with PSL City Tickets. You could follow them on all social media platforms at PSL City Tickets. And stay tuned as we will have tickets to give away for sporting events, including tailgating. Visit pslcity.net to get the best tickets in your city today.